welcome to the channel. This is my first, well, properly produced video, so be kind. Not in like an Ellen DeGeneres way, because no one needs that level of hassle in their life. But yeah, obviously constructive criticism. To be fair, any criticism, as long as it's relatively legitimate, is I mean, it's acceptable, isn't it? Of course. But yeah, so this is, I mean, not this specifically, but this is essentially what I've been looking at since about March this year. Farming Simulator came out of nowhere. I'm, RPG. I like strategy games and economy games, Civilization, Anno, things like that. Obviously on the RPG side, looking at Horizon Zero Dawn was spectacular when that came to PC. I suppose some people had spectacular bugs, but I enjoyed it all the way through. It didn't really cause me any problems. Assassin's Creed, things like that. So I mean, I don't know whether this channel is going to be entirely FS dedicated to start with. Maybe move on to other things. Maybe just keep things separate on a different. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself there. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be able to produce, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? Let's start with FS. This is the hill that when it's snowy, like one of my tractors can actually make it up it, which is super useful. And it's not the one I actually use in that area. Back to the original starting screen. We got some cows here. What do we start with? We started with 20 cows. I'm up to 35. I know it's a bit strange starting halfway through a Let's Play, but I figured let's have a look at some of the farms maybe I've already built, or this farm, and see where we can take it from there. Let's check out the tractors. So we got two little Deutz-Fahrs. There's seriously. Tough! What are you doing? And now I can't do it, so I can't actually put it back straight, which is going to injure my OCD if I leave it like that. So this one is an AgroStar 638 Special. I don't know. Love it. Great little starter tractor, good for front loader work, 143 horses, so yeah, that came in really useful. Won't pull this thing, but I mean, I suppose when you use it the wrong way around, which is kind of cheating, it will, but it's that's not how we do things. So yeah, good little unit. This is the best starting tractor in the game, as long as you don't want front loader work. It just is. The AgroStar 6.81. Sorry, it's covered in snow right now. This is the 6.61 to 6.81. Can't fully remember who it's by, but I believe it's on Mod Hub. So check it out. It's just phenomenal. For 190 horsepower, it does everything like a sub 300 horsepower tractor does. Those two fields over there that you can see, they're relatively freshly drilled. I had a John Deere 40 series at 203 horses. Loved it, but it just kept slipping sideways when it was going across, and it was quite upsetting. I mean, it had the planter that's mounted on the tractor rather than trailed, so I mean that obviously had something to do with it. But then I got rid of the John Deere and I got my AgroStar, which I've used on almost every other map so far, and it just did it flawlessly. So yeah, a bit of a strange one. I mean, I don't want to knock the mod because I still love the 40 series, and I will still use it, but maybe just on slightly flatter maps, maybe. I just love my AgroStar, definitely. We've got a 1050 new edition. Certainly to this farm anyway. I've had a 1050 on most things. It's just I'm not a huge. To be fair, I'm not a huge fan of tractors or articulated ones. They're just. At the moment I play sort of 50% on a pad, 50% on a wheel. Those aren't bad on a wheel necessarily, but on a pad I find the tracked ones are really twitchy, and the articulated ones, it's just like really hard to direct your trailer when you're using a pad. Whereas on a wheel, I don't know. I think maybe it's more degrees of adjustability, and you can hold those degrees a lot easier. Maybe it's that, but I mean, for everything basically, 10 fit. Like, what else do you need? 1050, it will do everything, and you got some fat Goodyears on it, which I absolutely love. I don't know which model this one's based on. It could be the custom modding one, or it could be the in-game one, but they've added the Goodyear tyres like custom modding have. But this one's I left autosave on. What a pain. This one is from the Alex Blue mod shop. Again, don't know where the actual model came from, but it's that one. It looks very pastel green. That it's like a little bit less shiny than, I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Then you got this bad boy, Sid Modding. Love not having the engine cover on it. Yes. Anyone that puts engine covers on these is just boring. That's not strictly true, but you know, I think I would be if I put an engine cover on it. So take what you will. Yeah, love it. Great bit of kit. Started off with the smaller engine. As soon as I got a bit of money, I put the. I think it's got 570 in it now. It's not the top of the range, but you don't need a lot more for the stuff I'm using. Not on a map this size. That not. I mean, it's modded because it's from ModHub, but it's not like ridiculous modded, so it's not got any extra speed or anything. It's just 10,000. Use it for Lime. Lime. Just a great unit. Love the way these are independent. That is just a great bit of tech. Really, really, really nicely designed mod. Does that? No, never mind. Plough, just standard call it plough, but this isn't. This is one from Stevie. And I'm trying to remember, it goes like 17 miles an hour, something like that. I think I never realised that doesn't stand properly. Or maybe I've just backed it into the wall too much. Probably that one. This again, standard base game, but adjusted by Stevie, who did Fenton Farm and another couple of maps. They've done a load of mods. They're not on ModHub, a lot of them, because some of his maps are generally like 4x, I think, and they're sort of adapted so you can do things en masse in the same way that these are. You know, that's got an extended storage, and it goes a bit faster. I think it goes 12, 15, something like that. Not ridiculous level stuff, not 25, you know, not as fast as the tractor will go, but just enough to take some of the edge off if things are getting tedious. That's a 50-meter spreader, but just standard extensions, not a heavily modded one or anything. I think that one is available on ModHub. Lots of all the other things are generally just ModHub. I think that's a JHG 770 combine with just the finest headers in the world on it. Cresoni, love them. If you could get Cresoni headers that run 12 miles an hour, I know you could adjust the mod thing, but I don't want to. I know it sounds daft, but I want a mod that just goes 12 miles an hour. But I will deal with that for now. 7.2 meters at 6 mile an hour does a grand job. Especially on fields this size, because getting into and out of them, the Cresoni headers just make life infinitely easier. So yeah, given that this video was a bit of a fail the first few times I recorded it, I've actually got nothing to do in those fields. They're all planted and waiting to get another level of fertilizer on them. I don't play with weeds on, because who the hell plays with weeds on? Like, I get it, if you want to be super realistic, definitely, but they're just painful. Other than that, generally speaking, I mean, let's have a look at the game settings. There we go, that's what we have. So, I generally play on normal, generally with traffic on, dirt slow, because I never wash anything, which you will all hate me for, but it's kind of how it just goes, I'm afraid. Don't like engine start. Stop and go braking is the only way to fly. Default fuel usage, sometimes I turn that up to high, but not. Generally helper by nothing. Crop destruction I always have off, because I like huge fat tyres on all of my gear, basically, and I don't really want to worry about breaking stuff, especially in these fields, or there's certain other ones where you've got to go through fields. I think the North Coast I was playing last, and you have to go through the edge of one of your arable fields to get to the gate on the other side, and yeah, it's just painful. So yeah, I know it's not super realistic, but I don't play with that on. I do play with ploughing and lime on, you know. Let's turn you off while I'm in here. There we go. So yeah, just normal. I like enhancing the game, if you will. I suppose if you're looking at what the hell, and it's turning to look at me. It's like a weeping angel. Let's escape. Can it? I can walk under it. I can't. Presumably I can't. I don't have a chainsaw, but presumably I can't cut it down. That's I suppose it's meant for looking at from a. Even then, it just looks a bit weird. I think something's glitched there. Anyway, I can't remember what we was talking about now. Yeah. So these were done with courseplay, as you might be able to tell, because there's other stuff in there. I know you'll hate me for that. I have this habit of just using courseplay for a lot of things. If I'm doing other things, I tend to like to be getting a lot done at once. And also, especially on scenic maps like this, sometimes if I'm just chilling out in the evening, I'll just start everything on courseplay and I'll just sit and look at it while I'm watching something on a secondary monitor. It's not really farming simulator then, as much as it is farming manager simulator. But yeah, pile of manure over there. That's sure that's bigger than it used to be. That's not where the manure lands either. No, the manure lands here. I guess it can't be bigger than it used to be. Alright for water in a minute. Just did the yeah, no, I did all of this on my first practice run. So far we have got, oh, this is one shed I forgot to do on every run. So yes, we are using the Batwing, the John Deere Batwing mower, the large one that was just available on Mod Hub. I do have the other one that didn't come on Mod Hub that I got from one of the websites, can't remember which one, a while ago. That was excellent, but this one is wider. I think the other's 4.5, this is 6.8. So yeah, there's that. Using the new Roland set, love this stuff. That bale trailer goes 28 square bales, love it. This thing only carries 5 cows, so it took a while to get my cows here, but when the back opens up and you can move all the doors and like the whole thing sits down, love the mechanism. Some things are just worth getting because they're like, I like a lot of 4D modding stuff because they do that sort of thing, just the little details just so well that it's worth using it over some of the higher capacity gear. I used to have a 4D modding trailer on here actually, and I now have one that's a bit silly big, to be fair. I don't really get when I'm going to change away from this because I've got a couple of balers from Stevie that go 16, 18 mile an hour, but they take like 3 tanks to pull them. And this just always goes 12 mile an hour. It goes 12 mile an hour with a really big swath under it on the back of that 190 horsepower Deutz-Fahr, so it's just a really solid match for everything in my garage. Now I've got the 1050. Probably will go up to. He does a nice Kuhn one, so maybe I'll get the Kuhn one so it matches my other grasswork gear. But don't know. Might still keep this somewhere just because it's just a really solid unit. Unfortunately, I had a few glitches when I've had to buy this twice. Love the Merge Max because although it's only 9 meters, technically when you go up and back, it gives you 18 meters worth of field in a single swath, because obviously you swath to both sides, so it's roughly 18 meters. So effectively it's still pretty much the biggest windrower, even though it's only a 9 meter width itself. So yeah, just love the way that works. This one again is a Stevie. It's up to, I think it's about 14, 16 mile an hour, something like that. But I found sometimes this gets a bit glitchy, especially on the tracked tractor. And these wings, when they move out and they go down, they start wobbling and sort of almost like they have no weight. And I've noticed that is a thing in the game. Certainly I would attribute it to mod conflicts because I'm running like, I don't know, 2,000 mods or something. So it's probably more my fault than anyone else's. But I do find it happens with some things. I had the little red case, not portable tractor. Portable tractor, what? But the little lawnmower tractor from Case, and that did the same thing when I put the front loader on it, which is weird because obviously I've seen videos of other people using it and it never does it for them, and I don't know, it's happened on some lorries. I've got a couple of Mercedes Actros Agri lorries that look amazing and I used to use all the time, and then they started doing it where they sort of float around and bounce around like the sort of like they're made of just a balloon. And it breaks the immersion a little bit, doesn't it? So yeah, I don't tend to use them anymore. This, since I sold it and rebought it, has, you know, touch wood, been fine. So let's stick with that for now. If not, I might just go back to the normal merge max. As I've already explained, the benefits far outweigh much else. Bit of straw, bit of silage, because at the time I didn't have a grass field and I needed some to make my TMR. Oh yeah, I do everything on 2x speed walking. So that's why little footsteps, like I'm running 100 meters just everywhere. But yeah, this I think this is another. Yep, mixing seller by Stevie. Love it because you can hold 600,000 of your TMR, and it will only hold 100,000 of each in this side. However, I found that if you fill your bale trailer and you drop them off an auto-loading bale trailer into here, it'll take all the bales in one go, hence the reason that straw is now at 433%. So that's 433,000 straw that's in there. If you're doing it out of a trailer, so you've got it loose, it will stop at 100. But if you do it with bales, you can stack it like that, and then you don't have to come back to it. You can just keep coming and getting your TMR. Jobs are good. And under here is where I would put the bales ordinarily. Nice Missy B shelter. That's just really well put together. Nice bit of kit. That's all my snow gear because, like I said, can't get up that hill. And some onion. They all onions? They don't look like it. Yeah, they're all onions. Another Missy B thing. Oh, this is a lifesaver. This is amazing. You can sell slurry, digestate, manure, anything. Just ugh, that looks a bit grim. Still, great bit of mod in there. Yeah, the onion things. I don't really use them a great deal. I did a bit to start with, but it's just a lot of effort individually taking each one out, keeping it there, and then using obviously the auto. I love this trailer as well. I wish they could get this in like Mod Hub, but the way it uses the auto load, I don't think they'd get that through. I don't even BDM pack, so I don't even know who the original modder is, but this is I just love how that looks. I think it looks great. It looks good on the back of a lorry, looks good on the back of a tractor. Bailey, love my Bailey stuff. Always buying Bailey stuff. Should really get that taken down so I can get the cover on the top of it, so it's not got the extra silage bit at the top. But it holds 40,000 litres in like a 30 grand trailer, I think it is, with all the details, and it's not too long. So yeah, that is just a great trailer. That was my starting trailer. Now I just use it for getting the manure up to all the greenhouses and whatnot. Bailey water trailer, same again. Just love it. I love the tires you can put on these things. They're just amazing. This is just my tractor for up here because again, it's got the Nokian Tractor Kings on it. And why wouldn't you? I really should have got the Massey, the 5700 or the 6600 series up here. But I might swap that out to be fair for that, because I generally find that's got 195 horses, and you can make it black, which looks amazing. But you can't. I know it's sacrilege. It's a John Deere, but you can make it black, and it does look amazing. I promise you. But you can't change the colour of the front loader, which is super upsetting, and it looks ridiculous. So I have to keep it green. Yeah, I think that. Oh no, we didn't go in here, did we? This is the best straw blower by a mile, available on Mud Hub. It is just stunning. I know you've got loads at base game. You got ones that you can pull. Oh my life, what are they called? The front loader attachee bale fork. Yep. Words. You can pull the bale fork out of, but this you can get, as you can see, I've already used one, so you can get eight bales of straw in there, and I use 20,000 litre bales, which I mean, I don't really have to fill it up very often, to be fair. I know it's kind of breaching reality, but this sort of don't use it for what it's meant for. I love it. Again, talking about, I'm sure this is a 4D modding. Talking about 4D modding, the detail is just absolutely ridiculous. I do use it for TMR. It's what I use to feed my cows, but I don't use it to mix the TMR because, well, that only holds 20 2,000 litres, and if I'm making 20,000 litre bales just for ease, by the time I've got one bale in there, I can't make TMR because I can't make it up with enough of the other stuff. That's why I use the TMR silo and then use this to fill it. So I feel like I'm being authentic with the thing I use, but not the amount I make. It's just to keep it all mixed. It's just useful. Unfortunately, when you stick this under the TMR silo, even when this is full, the TMR silo doesn't stop pouring, so you just lose TMR if you don't physically stop it. So one downfall, but I suppose it's kind of my own punishment for not just using this and using smaller bales like a genuine player would. That's ridiculous. I don't even know why I bought that. I drank some whiskey the other night, and this was a good idea. 55,000 litres. I know I could have got some base game ones at that size, but it is not the size of trailer for this map, and it is kind of awkward. But I mean, as long as it only has to go in there and then into my silo, and then out on the road to my fields that way, it's not too bad. I mean, I don't have to drive it around so many corners, so I'm going to see how it goes now. I don't know why I replaced the Bailey with it. Anywho, that was just a quick tour. Mainly because I was going to farm, but I've had so many tries now, it's all done. So next time we'll probably come here, do a bit of farming, or I will pick another map. Maybe No Man's Land though. That tour might take like 2 hours because damn, I spent hundreds of hours on there and I built it all up. And I started from scratch. I didn't even start with the buildings. So maybe I'll go around that. That's far more of what I've done to it than what a map. It's more like a blank canvas, isn't it? No Man's Land. It's an amazing blank canvas that Alien Jim's made, and you sort of make it your own. Whereas this is a beautiful little farm that you can make your own, obviously with the placeable area, but it's still very much you're operating the farm that's here. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe not. We'll see. Any suggestions? Any recommendations? Run this forwards and backwards. This is one of the noisier tractors I use, so if this is drowning me out, then obviously let me know. I could do something about that. Maybe. I don't know. I can try and do something about it. Still fairly new to this. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.